Hello everyone, my name is Umara Ijaz and I'm working as a postdoctorate at School of Engineering, University of Glasgow. Today I'm going to discuss about the role of solvent molecular geometry in governing the growth kinetics of zinc oxide nanorods. In the beginning I will have a discussion about the reason for designing this experiment, then we will have a look at the synthesis of nanomaterials followed by results and discussions which were carried out through several spectroscopic techniques, and finally we will have a look at the mechanism of ZNO nanorod formation. As we know, a precise nanostructure morphology such as nanorod, nanoribbon, nanocomb, nanoneedle, etc. are very crucial for an application. To obtain these nanostructure morphologies, various reaction parameters such as temperature, reaction condition, reducing agent, pH, viscosity, and solvents have been changed in a couple of studies to obtain these morphologies. However, over 15 decades of colloid nanoparticle study have overlooked the role of solvent molecular geometry in controlling the growth kinetics of the zinc oxide nanorods. In this context, we selected two solvents, ethanol and water, to synthesize zinc oxide nanorods, and as a substrate we used nitrogen incorporated graphene oxide, which was formed by the incorporation of paraxylylene diamine into the surface of graphene oxide through covalent and pi-pi interaction. Zinc chloride was used as a precursor for the formation of zinc oxide nanorods. In case of ethanol, zinc chloride underwent reaction with ethanol to form alkoxide, which underwent oxidation and alkoxylation reaction to generate zinc oxide monomer. On the other hand, in case of water, zinc hydroxychloride was formed, which underwent oxidation, and in a second step it underwent heating to form zinc oxide nanorods. After the formation of nanomaterial, we performed HR-TEM analysis, which showed a very high population of zinc oxide nanorods on the surface of nitrogen-doped graphene oxide. As you can see in figure B and C, we obtained a very high population of pointy nanorods with a very high aspect ratio in the presence of ethanol. Next on, we performed HR-TEM analysis for zinc oxide nanorods synthesized in water solvent. As can be seen in figure, a far less population of zinc oxide nanorod was obtained with a very low aspect ratio. On the other hand, zinc oxide nanorods obtained in ethanol in the absence of nitrogen functionality showed a very different type of morphology. As can be seen in figure E and F, an elongated, very pointy structures were obtained, which showed some resemblance to the nanorods obtained in ethanol solvent. Next on, the crystallinity of both nanomaterial were evaluated from the XRD spectra. As can be seen in figure, both nanomaterials showed several broad peaks signifying the small size of the zinc oxide nanoparticles. The pronounced diffraction reflections showed an agreement with the workwise hexagonal crystal system of zinc oxide. The enhanced diffraction peaks of 100, 002, 101 and 103 crystal faces indicate a polycrystalline behavior, accommodated with preferential zinc oxide crystal orientation along the C-axis, which provides hexagonal rod-like morphology. The high diffraction intensity of 002 in zinc oxide nanorod prepared in ethanol represents growth of zinc oxide nanorods with a high aspect ratio, which was also observed from HR-TEM study. Further, the absence of any impure peak suggested the synthesis of pure hexagonal structure zinc oxide in both nanomaterials. After XRD analysis, XPS analysis of both nanomaterial was performed. Figure shows the XPS spectra of both nanomaterial, which is clearly revealing the presence of nitrogen and zinc, along with the expected carbon and oxygen atoms from the corresponding peaks at their respective binding energies. Zinc and oxygen peaks of zinc oxide nanorods prepared in ethanol solution exhibited comparatively stronger intensity than the zinc oxide nanorod prepared in water solution, thus suggesting the presence of a higher proportion of zinc and oxygen atom in its electronic environment. The surface spectra of both nanomaterials were deconvoluted to figure out the mechanism of zinc oxide nanorod morphology and growth mechanism by understanding the individual oxidation state of each atom present in the system. C1s spectra showed that corresponding peaks of sp3c, sp2c, C single bond O and carbonate at their respective binding energies. Similarly, the nitrogen spectra of both nanomaterials exhibited distinctive peaks at their respective binding energy, which revealed the presence of pyrrolic nitrogen, pyridinic nitrogen, and graphitic nitrogen respectively. However, nitrogen spectra of zinc oxide nanorod prepared in ethanol solution showed an additional peak at 402.38 electron volt, which indicates the presence of pyridinic nitrogen oxide. The deconvolution analysis of zinc in both nanomaterials showed a doublet of low and high binding energy peaks corresponding to zinc 2p3 by 2 and 2p1 by 2 respectively. Both peaks showed an oxidation state of +2. The difference in individual binding energies of both nanomaterial was due to the difference in charge transfer between zinc and oxygen, which are surrounded in a different chemical environment. Further, the spin orbit splitting of 23.07 and 23.06 electron volt between zinc 2p3 by 2 and 2p1 by 2 of both nanomaterial respectively stamped the presence of pure +2 oxidation. After the formation of initial zinc oxide monomer, the nucleation threshold started to build up depending on the rate of supersaturation, which in turn is dependent on the solubility of zinc oxide in the solvent. The solubility of any monomer in a chemical system is directly proportional to the dielectric constant of the solvent. As we know, the dielectric constant of water is higher than ethanol, therefore, higher zinc oxide monomer solubility in nanorods prepared in water solvent has led to its supersaturation reduction and subsequent nucleation rate. On the other hand, the decrease in surface energy due to a better ethanol-zinc oxide interaction, the relatively higher zinc oxide stability in nanomaterial prepared in ethanol resulted in a massive supersaturation and increased nucleation rate. Herein, it is important to note that the monomer formation in both cases was strongly enhanced by the presence of different nitrogen configurations. This has altered the electronic environment of graphene oxide, enhanced the system reactivity, which led to the generation of a higher number of monomers, which accelerated the nucleation rate and finally produced small particles with narrow size distribution. However, the eventual survival battle of a monomer is with the dielectric constant of its solvent, which determines the final number of nuclei for growth. As zinc and oxygen atoms of zinc oxide are forming consecutive layer structure, therefore these interactions among a growing crystal surface will act as a substrate for the next layer of zinc oxide. The extent of these interactions along C-axis will determine the length of the zinc oxide nanorods, while the interactions along M-plane will define the width of zinc oxide nanorods, which we believe are dependent on the geometry of the solvent molecule. If we have a look at the structures of water and ethanol in figure B, water has a band structure and 3 atoms to propagate the surface interaction in 3 directions. Both hydrogen and oxygen atom of water will propagate interaction with zinc oxide either along C-axis or M-plane. On the other hand, in ethanol there are only 2 interacting atoms, a single oxygen and a single hydrogen, which will further the interaction either along C-axis or M-plane. M-plane interactions on another side of ethanol are stopped due to the attachment of C2H5 at the end of the molecule. C2H5 is acting as a dead end to advance the interactions along M-plane, which resulted in the formation of zinc oxide nanorods with a high aspect ratio. Water has more atoms to propagate interactions in M-plane than ethanol. Therefore, zinc oxide nanorod with a low aspect ratio were obtained in nanomaterial prepared in water solvent. This detailed spectroscopic analysis shows that the zinc oxide nanorod obtained in the presence of ethanol showed a higher aspect ratio, while it was lower in the presence of water. Besides, the population of zinc oxide nanorod in both cases was attributed to the dielectric constant of water and ethanol. In Figure 5b, the obtained results conclude that the number of functional atoms in water are present in three dimensions A, B, and C axis, and therefore they can coordinate with the metal ions in all possible directions of word-side hexagonal crystal system of zinc oxide, leading to lower aspect ratio nanorods. However, in the case of ethanol, the unavailability of binding sites along A-axis provides a size-limiting factor for the zinc oxide nanoparticles stacking along A-axis, thus leading to preferred growth along B and C axis and eventually generating zinc oxide nanorods with high aspect ratio. From these spectroscopic conclusions, Figure 6 has been made from the zinc oxide nanorods reported in the literature with methanol, ethanol, propanol, isopropanol, butanol, hexanol, and water to evaluate the applicability of presented mechanism with other solvent systems. This analysis suggests the successful validation of the proposed growth mechanism. For example, the zinc oxide nanorod reported with methanol have a higher aspect ratio in comparison to the one obtained in our study using water. The unavailability of binding sites along A-axis in methanol results into nanorods with reduced weight. In the case of water, the availability of binding sites along three dimensions results in zinc oxide nanorods with a comparatively lower aspect ratio. Similar pattern can be noted from other reports as well. For example, the aspect ratio of zinc oxide nanorods linearly increased with the increase in carbon chain from methanol to hexanol. The reason behind this behavior is the steric hindrance caused by long-chain carbon atoms which are inactive and prevent further stacking of zinc oxide nanoparticles in the direction of the carbon chain, thus escalating zinc oxide nanorods' growth only along B and C axes, which eventually leads to a high aspect ratio zinc oxide nanorods. Even nanorods obtained with hexanol showed a needle-like structure. These observations reflect that the optimum condition to obtain the desired aspect ratio of nanorods is not only a perfect selection of solvent molecular geometry, but also the length of carbon chain and steric hindrance is of equal and utmost importance. Lastly, I would like to thank all our funders for supporting this study. If you have any question regarding the study, please feel free to contact us. Thank you very much for your attention.